Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. Alec Baldwin wins. The prosecutors lied. Case dismissed with prejudice. Let's talk about it.
Hi, lawyer.
Good day, everyone. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Thanks for joining us. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you do. Leave me a comment below. And make sure you hit that little bell for notifications so you find out when we go live or put up new content. All right. Huge docket today for July 12th. And I mean huge in the sense that we have one story to cover. All right. And that is the dismissal with prejudice with the case of the state of New Mexico versus Alec Baldwin. Well, Scott, how could that possibly have happened? The co-defendant has already been convicted. The prosecutors have an overwhelming case. You even said it yourself, Scott, that although you like Alec Baldwin in some regards, you think he's a jerk in other regards, but he's entitled to a defense, and you were kind of rooting for him as the defense attorney. How could the case have got dismissed? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The prosecutors and the lead investigators in this case, they lied and they got caught. And guess what? Now Alec Baldwin is a free man, and those prosecutors and those individuals who did what they did, well, frankly, they deserve a little bit of punishment. All right, so let's back up here. What happened? So it's day 3 of the people of the state of New Mexico versus Alec Baldwin. At some point, and let me just tell you, I had a really busy day, but I was watching live because that's what we do. You know, we stream these things, but I had to do court. I did 3 jurisdictions all today, but I'm listening all the way back, and I'll tell you a significant moment and point was like, oh, she's either going to dismiss this case or at a minimum, some sort of mistrial. But let me tell you how we get there. So it comes out that a witness is going to be called, and there becomes an issue as to a report, that they didn't get the report. The defense didn't get the report. And so the judge is like, whoa, hold on here. We're going to have an issue. The defense is saying we need a motion to dismiss this case with prejudice. What's going on? The judge says, send the jury home. We'll see you Monday. We're going to get to the bottom of this. So what is the big issue? So the issue turns out is that at some point after the Hannah Gutierrez trial, or maybe it was before the Hannah Gutierrez trial, I think it was. It doesn't really matter. But at some point, a guy comes into the Santa Fe police department and says, hey, I have something of evidentiary value. These rounds were not at the Rust crime scene when Helena Hutchinson was killed. But I have since come to find out that these ammunition that I have in my possession, the guy's name is Mr. Trexel, had these rounds that were the same batch as the ones that were in the Rust scene. Like they were, all right, like here's guns, and somebody put them, but they were in, kind of in the same box, so to speak, at some point. So the guy goes to the sheriff's office, the Santa Fe Police Department, says, I have something of evidentiary value. It wasn't at the Rust scene, but it was right. I've come to find out that this was, so it may be significant to you guys. Now, they try to call down the lead investigator. She's not there. They basically bring in another crime scene individual to do it, and a lieutenant has a body cam on, and the whole thing is recorded. And what it comes out is basically what I just told you. So here's the magic moment where we find out the prosecution lied, hid, and tried to conceal. Not my words, the judge's words, ladies and gentlemen. I'm paraphrasing somewhat, but seal it. Prosecutors, lead investigators get this information. They have a meeting. All the supervisors, the prosecutors get together. And somehow they say, instead of putting this in the Alec Baldwin case number 123456, for an example is a case number, they say, book it into evidence because we really don't know if it's relevant to this particular case. Let's book it into evidence dropped off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Different case number. So it's not cross-referenced. Now, at some point, they think, oh, we're going to want this witness to come testify. Oh, did we turn this over? Oh, I really think I think we need to turn this over. Defense never gets it. So we have this hearing. Now, the prosecutor, well, let me back up one more thing. This is so good. I'm totally just working, it was exciting stuff. This was must-see TV type stuff. You can watch the link below to the entire hearing. It's pretty good. So the judge asks the lead investigator on the case who was present when this decision was made to put this under some other case number. And I knew it was over at that point for the prosecution at that point. Either mistrial or even dismissal. I wasn't sure about the dismissal. But you know when the dismissal came? When the prosecutor got up there, and I think one could characterize her testimony as speaking with forked tongue, perhaps not being completely candid with the court, and said, oh, it was an excuse for everything. Well, we had it, but then somebody wasn't there, and they must have sent it out. But as soon as I realized that I didn't get sent out, I tried to do that, and I'm not sure what happened, but I would never do this. So the defense attorney asked questions. You have to turn this over. It's exculpatory, but yet you put it under a different case number to throw everybody off from that. And this was exculpatory information, ladies and gentlemen. And so the judge dismissed the case. Now, so you don't have to go watch it all. Let me show, I'm going to put it right here, the judge's ruling from the bench where she dismisses the case and the reasons why. And you can't say, oh, Alec Baldwin is paying that attorney $2,000 an hour and he, rich guy gets away with it. No, this was completely on the prosecution. And I've seen this happen a lot over the years. And most judges say, well, there was no bad faith. And the judge said, this is suppressing evidence. And therefore, I don't even need to find bad faith. But most judges say, well, there's no bad faith. We'll correct this with a mistrial, maybe a continuance, strike some of the evidence from the prosecution using it. But we're moving forward. It took this judge a lot of guts, and she dismissed it. But this is on the prosecution, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to blame somebody for whether you think Alec Baldwin was innocent or whether he was guilty, I'm glad that this happened so that people can see that, yes, these kinds of things happen. And would this have happened maybe if he was having a public defender represent him? I don't know. But the point is, the truth came out. Now, it also leaves, when I say I'm happy to see this, it shows that the legal system is going to have a bit of a black eye here, because it shows that sometimes the people on the prosecution side, and most of them are good, some of them play fast and loose with the rules, they get overzealous, they want that conviction more than they want the truth. And when they hide evidence, ladies and gentlemen, this was the correct decision. So let's play the judge's ruling from the bench, and I'll be right back.
The sanction of dismissal is the only warranted remedy. The jury has been sworn, jeopardy has attached, and a mistrial would not be based upon manifest necessity. Further, the sanction of dismissal is warranted in this case. The state has repeatedly made representations to defense and to the court that they were compliant with all their discovery obligations. Despite their repeated representations, they have continued to fail to disclose critical evidence to the defendant. Brady and Harper are satisfied. Dismissal with prejudice is warranted. Court also has power, inherent power. Per State v. Lemire, where discovery violations inject needless delay into the proceedings, courts may impose meaningful sanctions to effectuate their inherent power and promote efficient judicial administration. The state's discovery violation has injected a needless, incurable delay into the instant jury trial. Dismissal with prejudice is warranted to ensure the integrity of the judicial system and the efficient administration of justice. Your motion to dismiss with prejudice is granted.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Completely justified. Prosecution was wrong. Alec Baldwin, case dismissed with prejudice. They can never refile against him. And frankly, the prosecutors in this particular case and the lead investigators, they may want to get themselves a lawyer, because suddenly the hunters may become the hunted. That's all we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week, depending on how my trial goes. But we'll be in touch. We'll see you soon. Remember, that's right. That pesky Constitution matters, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It matters.